It's writing boot camp. To come to the conference means to be busy. It means to engage on all levels. From the moment you wake up until the moment you drag yourself back to your room, it's filled with good conversation, good instruction, and real commitment.
Bob told me to have a manuscript to him within a week or two, and that really lit up a fire like under me. So over the course of a few months, I probably had 6 pages, and then over the course of 2 weeks, I cranked out like 18 more.
Coming to these conferences means means making friends with other writers. It means making friends with teachers. And you never know who is going to be the best reader of your work. You never know who you are going to have that conversation with.
You end up learning from so many people. I might be the person who's facilitating the workshop, but I don't see myself as the person who knows more in the room. That's why workshops are so wonderful. You get this room of 12 people, you get this room of 12 opinions, 12 different ways of looking at something, and how can that not be helpful?
Fiction is what cuts to the core of the human story for me. So why, since I'm making a living with my wordsmith skills and am such a reader, why am I not trying to write fiction? So that's what happened. I started writing fiction on my own. It took me 7 years to publish my first story. I was very stubborn and somehow refused to get myself into a classroom situation or go to an MFA program.
The idea of a conference never appealed to me because I'm an intensely private person. And I have always felt threatened by being in a group. The workshop experience for me led me to believe that I couldn't do it alone. I had to have some sort of way where that private experience became public. I had to have a taste of what it was like to be public, to let other people in on what I was doing so that I could keep going forward in private.
Writing was always a really good way to just express feelings, but more so than anything else. If you write about something personal to you, which I think most writers try to do, it's a good way to sort out your own feelings. It's really therapeutic, I think, in the end.
I always think of education as an investment. And all of my student loans, every one I've had to pay off. It isn't like the electricity bill. It's an investment in yourself, and it's an investment in, the deepest part of who you want to be.
The amount of time that I actually spend at the computer is scandalously little, but the wheels are turning through much of every day. The whole workshop experience casts a light on something that we were discussing in my workshop yesterday, which is that writing fiction is that it's something you do alone. In the end, you may be a party animal, you may be highly social, but the work itself is, if not lonely work, it is private work, and it's alone work. And yet I think many, if not most, fiction writers and poets like to emerge from that cave.
I'm very excited to meet a group of writers that I don't see around campus or that aren't in the English department with me. I'm really excited to have well-respected published author looking at my story, to be in the presence of like-minded people who have the same passion that I do for the written word.
I have definitely seen people in the workshops setting visibly thrilled right away with the feedback they get. And part of the way I structure a workshop, after we speak at length about a student's piece, I ask that student if there's anything they did not get from us that they wanted. In other words, he or she can ask the rest of the people questions. And I do find that generally people get exactly what they want, and sometimes it amazes them.
Last night, when I was doing my reading, I mentioned that it was one of the few times that I've read to a room full of writers. And I meant that. I think sometimes, at situations like this, people have a sense that there is a divide. Oh, you're a published writer, I'm still trying to publish, so therefore you know more than I do. I don't think that's the case. And I've told that to my grad students. I said, you know, once we enter this room, we're all in the same space, because we all start with a blank page.